Picture this right now. Under your skin, wrapped around your organs, are billions of tiny storage units, fat cells, adipocytes. And here's what most people miss. They're not just sitting there. They're listening, responding to signals every minute. And the moment you stand up and start walking, your biology flips a switch. Not in weeks, not in months, within minutes. Today, I'll show you the timeline. Simple, clear, and usable. Most people think fat is just storage. Eat more, it grows. Eat less, it shrinks. But fat tissue is an endocrine organ. It releases signals that talk to your whole body. Brain, liver, muscles, immune system. Think of each fat cell like a high-security warehouse. Energy is locked away as triglycerides. To use it, your body has to unlock the warehouse and unpack it. That process is lipolysis, breaking down fat. Surprising truth, your fat cells are not your enemy. For most of your life, they've been protecting you. They store extra energy so fat doesn't float in your bloodstream and damage organs. That's safety. That's storage done right. But when fat cells get overfilled, stretched too far, they send distress signals, inflammatory signals. That's when insulin resistance and metabolic strain can creep in. So the goal isn't war on fat. The goal is make fat tissue responsive again, store when needed, release when called. And walking is one of the simplest ways to teach that. Let's break it down, minute by minute. A 30-minute walk isn't just moving your legs, it's a whole body message to billions of cells. It unfolds in stages. First 5 minutes, wake-up call. Minutes 5 to 15, release begins. Minutes 15 to 30, the sweet spot, fat use and metabolic training. And after the walk, your body keeps adapting. First 5 minutes, you don't immediately dive into fat stores. You run mostly on glucose, blood glucose plus glycogen. But the switch is already starting. Nervous system ramps up, heart rate rises, blood flow increases. Adrenaline and noradrenaline release, helpful stress. They bind to receptors on fat cells, like turning a key. That starts the machinery that will release fatty acids. Meanwhile, muscles pull glucose out of the blood, so insulin drops slightly, and lower insulin is the green light. It's okay to let go. Minutes 5 to 15, lipolysis ramps up. Triglycerides break into free fatty acids and glycerol, small enough to leave the cell. Walking doesn't just unlock the door, it improves the delivery routes. Blood flow to fat tissue increases, helping fatty acids travel to working muscles. Fuel preference starts shifting, less glucose, more fat arriving. Muscles take fatty acids into mitochondria, your power plants, and convert them into usable energy. This is where many people stop, at 10 minutes. But if you keep going, you hit the sweet spot. Minutes 15 to 30, this becomes metabolic training. At a moderate pace, talkable but slightly breathless, fat release becomes steady and muscles burn it efficiently. And deeper changes begin. You're training fat tissue to respond better over time. Better enzymes, better transport, better blood flow. In other words, you become more metabolically flexible. You may also hear about irisin, a muscle signal linked to browning effects. Bottom line, consistent walking doesn't just burn fat now, it nudges your metabolism toward a healthier pattern all day. The benefits don't stop when you stop. After the walk, your body rebuilds, refuels, restores. Muscles restock glycogen. Metabolism stays elevated for a while. Fat mobilization can remain above baseline as recovery costs get paid. Over weeks, less inflammation, better insulin sensitivity, healthier fat cells that store and release energy more appropriately. Why is walking so effective? Because it hits the sweet intersection of intensity and duration. Hard enough to trigger signals and mobilize fat, but not so hard you rely on fast glucose the whole time. Walking keeps you in a sustainable zone where fat delivery and fat burning can match. That's why consistency beats extremes. 30 minutes you repeat daily beats one heroic workout you can't maintain. Quick safety note. Quick safety note. Walking is low risk for most people, but if you have severe joint issues, uncontrolled heart conditions, or you're post-surgery, talk to a clinician first. If you have diabetes, especially on medication, walking can lower blood sugar more than expected, so monitor how you feel. Everyone else, start where you are. 10 minutes today becomes 30 soon. Bring it full circle. When you walk for 30 minutes, your fat cells don't get attacked. They get informed. They wake up. They respond. They release. They adapt. Over time, they become healthier, smaller, less inflamed, more cooperative with your metabolism. You're not broken. Your body is intelligent, and walking is one of the simplest languages it understands. Question: what surprised you most? Biology, timeline, or the idea fat cells were protecting you? Comment below, subscribe for more science without hype. Next is what most people get wrong about fasting and fat loss. Now, go take that walk.